Flex, alive is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Good to be back. And we here. So I don't want to waste no time with this because there's a lot of things I want to get through on this show. Let me do this roll call real quick. Uncle D. Real Spill Midwest Boxing Talk. What up, man? Rick Blackwell, G McCall, P Davenport, Dial Big G, King the Bad Guy, Black Gun Owners Magazine, the Sensei Stormy B-Man. It's in the building. King Corleone, Tay, how are you? Eric Jordan, Phenomenal Mexican, Jeff Spark, Eric Jordan, Snoopy Mac, Edgar Chavez, M. Banks, Steve L. the Mac, Kane, if I miss you, salute. Eric H. Yeah, we're going to get to it, Kane. We're going to get to it. Shamar, what up? Star City J, Sam Mack. Abdul, what's good, man? Todd Swindle. Dill Spooley. Roland, what up? Mike Lavin. Dante. Well, smash the like button. Y'all might want to share this video. You will notice at the top, there's a link to our OG, Scrapbook Boxing. If you are interested in the true history of the sport, you subscribe to that man's channel. He doesn't do live streams. What he does is he puts out videos in reference to the history of the sport. It's very accurate. And if you don't know, the same discrepancies in the business, the same arguments that we have today, it has roots. And the reason why I decided to do this show this morning, and salute to Abdul Anwar in that super chat, much love. He said for being unapologetically black. Exactly. I'm never going to apologize for something I had no control over, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm proud of who I am. And it's unfortunate that I'm surrounded by people who are not. They sacrifice their integrity, and they're cool with that as long as their bills are paid. But when the money's not residual in nature, and you've chosen to take a certain route, and it was at the expense of your people, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. And it's sad what I'm seeing. It's very sad what I'm seeing. Everything that we talk about in boxing has a beginning. And the reason why I decided to do this live today, I was listening to the good brother Champ Side yesterday, and he popped up on Ryan on one of his live streams or whatever it was. It's the people that support Ryan, they are a very special bunch. And when I say special, I do mean the short yellow bus with the kids with the helmets. These guys are just, those guys are the plants. Those guys are you heard the people supporting Ryan. It didn't take long for me to figure out. I said, man, this guy's on the take. A lot of these people are paid to to do that. A lot of those, they're plants, just like trolls are plants. The bots that come in here. That's why you really remember when I said you have to pick and choose who you go back and forth with, because you could be talking to a paid, what I call a paid informant. A lot of these people like Ryan because they think he's a handsome young lad. You know, same thing with AJ. Talking to these dudes, let me see who's my age in the building. Talking to these dudes was like sitting in the lunchroom and saying, man, I don't know what the big deal about Bobby Brown was. I mean, he's a normal looking dude. And 3 girls jump up ready to fight you over Bobby Brown hovering over a Right On poster magazine. You know, you remember Right On magazine? Remember Word Up magazine? And they gave the pictures, the posters in the magazine. We're reading it to keep in touch with the culture, because that was it was before Source magazine, y'all. That was our link to the culture. Word Up and Right On, and there's a third one I don't remember. And y'all remember being in the lunchroom and you're reading about the rappers and stuff, and then there's a Bobby Brown poster there. The girls run over. Oh, can I get the poster? It's like, what do you do? What are you as a man gonna do with a Bobby Brown poster? So you take it out, you give it to the girl, and then you say, well, damn, I don't know what the big Bobby Brown look like every nigga in the street. Don't talk about my baby. It's like, god damn. But I expect that from 14-year-old girls. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Al B. Shore? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember who's my age in the chat? Y'all remember days like that? Y'all remember that? The posters, y'all remember going to ended up at a girl's house and she got Al B. Shore and Bobby Brown and New Edition and Ella on the poster. It's like, whoa. If you was gonna get down like that in her bedroom, how you gonna do that with Al B. Shore and the unibrow looking at you? Y'all get what? Y'all understand what I'm saying? You get the point? These are these boxing fans. They are attracted to a look. That's the fascination with AJ. That's the fascination with Ryan Garcia. It's a fascination. You understand? And when I look at grown men that are fascinated by a marketable look, we're lost. But to me, that's not boxing. It never was boxing. This was the frustration behind Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard had all his teeth. He had a little afro. He had a look. He was an Olympian. Marvin Hagler was a bald-headed, hard-nosed, ugly black man doing all the work. Doing all the work. But they loved Sugar Ray. And I'm not saying Sugar Ray is not a legend. I'm not saying that he couldn't fight. I'm saying the marketing was different. The reality is America should have been behind Marvin Hagler. But some people just weren't. Did he even make a Wheaties box? Well, he was out there getting it done. If you have a marketable look, you're pretty much on Easy Street. Or if you have a certain race behind you. And in that aspect, I look at black fighters and I notice that we're by ourselves when it comes to certain things, man. Now, these pictures, I could have put up a lot of pictures, but these were just some that I picked up at random, and I want to take you around. All right, I put Devin and Deontay in the middle because they're basically in the same boat. And I say we've learned nothing. But see, what I should have called the show is, you know nothing. You know nothing. And some of these dudes, these other YouTubers, some of these dudes, they know better. And they refuse to do better. How dare you say that things have changed? Nothing has changed. Only thing that's changed, the business hasn't changed. Only thing that's changed is the way they do things. The way you're being buck broken. Everything is high tech now. They don't hit you with a whip. They'll ruin your reputation. They'll lie on you. They can't hang you from a tree. But they'll do other things and make it look like they didn't do it. The craziest thing about the Ku Klux Klan was that they were all cowards. They had to hide behind white robes. They didn't want you to know who they were. And a lot of these guys were sheriffs, judges, pastors. And they didn't like us, black people. Now, what you see here, these are just some pictures I just at random. We all know about Tyson Fury. He still exists off of white privilege. There's still people running around talking about, hey man, this guy didn't cheat Deontay. No, he didn't only cheat Deontay. He had the help of what? The system. And I challenge anybody, even the dudes running around on YouTube now, capping for Ryan Garcia. Because a lot of those mofos was running around saying that Fury cheated. Two mofos in particular. The guy to the left of, the guy to the right of Tyson Fury. That picture right there. Who's that? Y'all know what he did? Put his name in the chat. Let me see who knows who that is. Go ahead. Last I saw him, he was literally he was in the Bronx. He was in the Bronx. He was on Morris Park Avenue. There's a gym over there. This dude was up and coming. He was gonna be a star in one night. One night. Him and Panama Lewis did something. And Collins took a beating in that fight, and he almost got away with it. But he went and dapped it up with Collins' corner. And I believe that was Collins' father that felt the glove. And he said, whoa, what the hell is this? Long story short, these guys was kicked out of the sport. And he was ruined. Absolutely ruined. And that was his fault. Because a lot of people say, man, how do you not know that your gloves was effed off? How do you not know? How do you not know? The result was he was banned for life. And as a point of information, that wasn't the first time Panama Lewis did some nonsense. The infamous black bottle with him and Aaron Pryor. Don't give me that one, the other one, the one that I mixed. And then when they asked him what the hell was in the other bottle, he said nothing. What do you mean? There wasn't water in there. You don't mix water with water. What was in there? We don't really know. We heard it was asthma medication. We don't know. But we know Aaron was walking through Alexis Arguello's power shots. And we've never seen that before. Alexis Arguello was knocking people out. And he couldn't do anything with Aaron Pryor. He couldn't do anything with him. Then they had the rematch. But let me give you a little bit of information. That rematch, Aaron already had Alexis Arguello's heart, bro. He already had it. And he stopped him again. Aaron sat there, put his knees to his chest, and refused to get up. That was heart right there. He said, man, I can't beat this guy. Drugs or not. They say, okay, well, he was on drugs, run it back. This time he's going to be clean, run it back. But by then it was done. Now, we don't know how Devin's going to look when he comes back. We don't know. We don't know what his mental state's going to be, because you know what? The damage possibly could already be done. We couldn't even prove that Aaron cheated the first time. Only thing we had was what Panama Lewis said in the corner. Don't give me that bottle. Give me the other one, the one that I mixed. What the hell was that? We know what we heard. We can't prove a lot. But to this day, there's a lot of people that are saying, hey, man, Aaron cheated. Panama Lewis cheated. We don't know. Ridiculous, man. But ain't nothing new under the sun, right? You see Antonio Margarito there? We know what he did. Now watch this. We know what he tried to do to Shane Mosley, who's on the bottom left-hand side. I'll get to him in a second. Shane Mosley. All right? You know what he tried to do to Shane Mosley, and shout out to Brother Nas. Rest in power to him. But it wasn't until that happened, we went back and we said, hey, man, is that why Cotto's face was messed up? And then Cotto pulls up the pictures. Right? And then we said, oh man, we just assumed that Cotto was cheating. Now we can't prove it. The hand wraps are gone now, but there's a little picture of hand wraps with some pink substance on it or whatever it was. We was like, what the hell is that? But we assumed in favor of Cotto. Now, why did we do that? We couldn't prove it, right? 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 When I do that, I do it for a reason. Can I ask you a question? Why does Miguel Cotto get the benefit of the doubt? Please tell me. Why did Tyson Fury get the benefit of the doubt? And he's a known cheater. Margarito's now a known cheater, right? Why does he get the benefit of the doubt? Canelo Alvarez down there. Why does he get the benefit of the doubt? Minimum suspension. I ate some bad pork. I'm sorry, some bad cow. He clowned about it in the commercial. Let's go over to Oscar Valpez up there on the upper left-hand side. I drank some tea. Shout out to Shakur. He said, just make sure you're not cheating. Remember that? I drank some tea. We all know he was lying. He was lying. Whatever. What about all right, so Margarito, let me get back to Margarito. He gets caught, the Shane Mosley incident. He gets thrown out the sport, and he has to fight in Mexico. Bob Arum went down to Mexico, pulled him back to fight Manny Pacquiao, and that's the picture where Manny Pacquiao busts his eye up. Miguel Cotto gets the rematch, busts his eye out. And I was happy for Miguel, because I firmly believe Miguel got cheated, but Miguel gets the benefit of the doubt. That's come and gone. That was a crime in the ring. Bob Arum shouldn't have been allowed to go to Mexico to bring him back up. That's my point. Let's go to Jarrell Miller. He ain't getting no benefit of the doubt. That man ain't fight for like how many years? How many years was he? His career was messed up because he had a whole pharmacy in his bloodstream, tried to kill Anthony Joshua. I'm the only person on YouTube that's actually said that, and I'm from New York. I said, no, I don't like AJ, but I ain't want him to die in the ring. But there I go, holding people accountable. That's what I do, right? And no one had a problem with me saying that. What about Dillian White down there? These two dudes should have juiced up and fought each other if that's the case. Where's his B sample? He's rubbing elbows with Eddie Hearn. That's where the B sample is. So that man protected him. But we hold him accountable. We call him a cheater. What about Shane Mosley? Balco. Right? 1 minute he says he didn't know what he was getting. Now today he's saying Victor Conti is sneaky. No, Shane, you cheated, man. Because we have it on videos on YouTube. You said you knew what you was taking. Cream in the clear, something like that. You knew what you was taking. Come on, black man, don't do that to yourself. What about James Toney? If you look on his box rec, he fought John the Quiet Man Ruiz. And he outclassed John Ruiz. He dropped him twice in that fight. Outclassed him. Philly Shell. Matter of fact, I think that's after that fight with the cigar. But if you look on his box rec and look at that fight, it says no contest there. NC. Y'all want to know why? James popped after that fight against John the Quiet Man Ruiz. Now, let me tell you, I wasn't a John Ruiz fan. His style was an eyesore. He gave a lot of fighters fits, but I don't hate the guy. And it's academic. James popped. He popped. his excuse, if I remember correctly, he said he had a shoulder injury and he was on some medication to help speed up the process of the shoulder injury. I don't know. But he popped, y'all. And if you look it up, he won the fight, but he popped, and it's a no contest. So question. With that right there, what is really your problem with the outcome of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia? What is really your problem? I just said it's academic. Now let's keep it gully. Let's say that Ryan didn't know. I don't believe it. Let's say he didn't know what was in the system. The rules state you're not allowed to have a PED in your system. He popped A and B sample. End of. It's a no contest. Why is everyone screaming and hollering and crying? Stop acting like this is something that you've never seen before. This has happened a bunch of times. Cut it out. I don't believe Ryan. But you know what? Now I'm going to get on the race thing. The reason why I'm doing this live is because I'm listening to Ryan Garcia. Did he call Champ Side a racist? Really? Let me explain something to you. And let me explain something to every non-black fight fan. Let me explain something to all of you. I'm talking to Asians. I'm talking to Latinos. And everybody else from everywhere. Whether you're Martian, I don't care where you're from. Let me tell you something. Nobody has paid more dues in life. But let's just keep it boxing. Nobody's paid more dues in the sport of boxing than black people. Now here's the part where it's going to be uncomfortable for a lot of you. And I don't care. I don't care. Racism is why Ryan Garcia is existing right now. Racism is why, it's how Bob Arum was able to go to Mexico and get Antonio Margarito to get him $1 million payday against Manny Pacquiao because it sold seats in Dallas. You damn near kill Miguel Cotto in front of his family. Let me say that again. You damn near kill Miguel Cotto in front of his family. I'll say that one more time. You damn near kill Miguel Cotto in front of his family. You try to do the same thing to Shane Mosley. They catch you. Nas catches you. The fight goes on. You get KO'd and thrown out the sport. And how's he awarded? $1 million fight against Manny Pacquiao in Dallas. Tell me where a black fighter popped dirty and was awarded with $1 million payday. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me when that's happened. Now look at Tyson Fury. Sergey Kovalev beat up a white woman, kicked her dog, stalked her, returned to the scene of the crime with a load of money in his pocket. They said probably to pay her off. He caught DUIs on American soil. This is a Russian. Not one time did anyone say, take his money, throw him out the country. Not one time. No one has said that. Now he was awarded a $12 million payday versus Canelo Alvarez. Okay? That's how he's awarded. Okay? Dana White should have been thrown out the sport. Okay? Shane Mosley became the face of Balco as far as boxing. Okay? Oscar Valdez, no one even wants to talk about that anymore. So when Ryan Garcia gets on there and calls my brother Champ Side a racist, oh no, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. You are existing off of pure racism. And the Negroes with these weird ass channels, obviously you guys have been paid off. It's obvious to me. You guys are all clones. Because like I said, a Negro like Boxing Ego who stood in the pocket for Deontay, his videos are still up. Go to his channel and put in Deontay Wilder. He stood in the pocket for Deontay. I don't understand what his problem with Devin Haney is, other than somebody showed him some love in his bank account. That's right. Now, I can't prove it, but go look at how he stood in the pocket for Deontay. And it was a harder road for Deontay because Tyson Fury, in reference to Deontay, was never officially caught doing anything. We just seen things. And it was obvious. And he was on the job. Now he's on the take. Hello. I never paid attention to showbiz. He's a coon. He's a coon. Ego is shocking. I mean, that's a heel turn. That is straight Shawn Michaels kicking Marty Jannetty through the damn window. The ultimate heel turn, right there. This nigga Fanon got an issue with Bill Haney. A lot of y'all weren't here 5 years ago, 4 years ago for that. Y'all just got here. I know. They have a situation that was never resolved, so I get it. I don't agree with it. This was silly. This is all silly. But what I'm saying is, we've learned nothing. We've learned nothing. This motherfucker, Ryan Garcia, called Champside racist. Based off of what? Based off of what? You notice that black people, we can't stand in the pocket and say, hey, I'm rooting for Deontay, I'm rooting for Devin, I'm rooting for Baby Miller, I'm rooting for James Toney because that's my brother. And we get called racist. But a Ukrainian could come through here and we got a video about a Ukrainian, and let's say Vasily Lomachenko has a great win, and I get on here and say, hey man, he had a great win. That was a good win against George Kambosos. He stopped him. I see a bunch of Ukraine flags in my chat. In my comment section, a bunch of Ukraine flags, won't I? And that's okay, right? That's okay. Can I ask you a question? What flag do we wave? Big up Deontay Wilder. Big up Devin Haney. Big up Shane Mosley. Do we post American flags? What flag can we post? And to represent us. We can't even post the red, black, and green. We can't even do that. Because there'll be some clown saying, oh, they're not African. Oh, wow. What are you supposed to post? Two flags? The African and the American flag? For them to say, oh, don't cops shoot y'all? Aren't y'all always marching? We have no home. All we got is us. All we got is us. And there lies the problem. Because amongst us, there's dysfunction. Now back to this fool, Ryan Garcia. Are you calling the race card? Let me explain something to you. If Devin Haney trashed a hotel room was escorted out with a goddamn helmet on, we would never hear the end of it. See, there's a reason why I stay on this dude's bumper. Because if I don't do it, who's gonna? The industry? When he was escorted out with the helmet on, with the special ed helmet, with the Magneto helmet on, did ESPN talk about that? Let me ask you a question. Did Stephen A. Snitch, did he call Ryan Garcia stupid? Like he called Deontay stupid? I'll say it one more time. Deontay Wilder lost the fight. He lost the fight. Ryan Garcia lost his mind. Did Stephen A. Snitch call him stupid for trashing a goddamn a hotel room, whatever he was doing? Anything? Was it on ESPN? No, it wasn't. So what I'm gonna do is, when we refer to scrapbook boxing, pinned at the top. Everyone, click on that link and follow this man. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go down a history of this sport. Just a brief history. And he has a bunch of gems on his channel. What we're going to do is we're going to go through this video. It's called The Truth About Boxing. This is only volume 1. Take note of the picture. All right. And he's going to discuss what this is. Fair use.
What's going on, family? I'm Scrapbook Boxing, the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. I would like to ask you a question. What is pugilism? What is pugilism? What does it mean to you? I'll give you the short answer. Pugilism is a square-shaped object designed to assist with combat, such as your fist, or what we know today as the squared circle. You see, fisticuffs is an action that is designed to help assist one with grievances, to protect one's assets, or to take something from someone on a physical level. Boxing is one of the oldest traditions in the world of fisticuffs. It pretty much goes back to the beginning of time, but it is truly recognized in 1681. But why boxing is so relatable to everyone, old women, young kids, people in general, is because of what it represents. Domination, territorial, being a king of something. This goes back to BC, the Roman Emperor, the Greeks, and the Olympic Games. But what does boxing truly represent? Country, pride, money, and racism.
Let me stop right there. You hear what he just said? You hear what he just said? Dating back from 1681 until current. You heard those things he just said? Now, what did I just say prior to this? We can't go as black fans and big up a black fighter just because he's black. But everybody on YouTube that come from other places, even American born, that are 4th generation from where their great grandparents came from, Poland, Argentina, anywhere else, they're allowed to come wave a Polish flag. Y'all remember when I covered the Jermell Charlo fight, when he's fighting on, what's his name, from Argentina? Remember that video I did with that chick with an American accent, when Jermell was saying, USA, USA, come on, y'all. And that chick said, nobody even wants you here. And then they started talking about Argentina, Argentina on American soil. And I said, that's interesting. That chick that said nobody even wants you here, she had an American accent. She ain't from Argentina. I bet you her grandparents are from Argentina. But everybody here gets to, Brian Castano, thank you. Everybody here gets to wave that goddamn flag. I see it in New York every day. You are born and raised in the Bronx or somewhere from New York, and you got some weird ass flag hanging from your mirror in your vehicle. I'm like, nigga, I grew up with you. What? Yeah, but my parents is from West Boogaloo, Italy. Huh? Not even your parents, your great grandparents. Stop. But here's what's interesting. At least they have knowledge of self. Does everybody else know where they come from? Black people I'm talking about. Where are you from? On the continent. And y'all know what continent I'm talking about. Exactly, Jose. There's motherfuckers in New York right now with those weird ass flags. I don't know every flag. I see some crazy looking flags. And where's that? I'm from Ukenstein. Where is that? Nigga, you was born and raised. You was born in that hospital over there. You was born in Lincoln off the Grand Concourse. And I went to school with you all my life. I don't know where Ukenstein is. Where is that? I know your parents and your grandparents. So you talking about your great-grandparents was from Ukenstein? And that's the flag you wave? But guess what? They're allowed to do that. So why can't I rock a red, black, and green? And I don't know. I go to a fight. And, oh, that's F.A. Jagba. Yeah, salute, F.A. I'm rooting for F.A. You not from Africa. And I have a black motherfucker telling me that. You not from Africa. Ooh la la ooh la. Nigga. Guess what? Stand right here and don't say anything. And let an army of white people walk past us. We both getting strung up. Idiot. Idiot. You not from Africa. Shut up. Because we only do that to each other. You heard what Scrap just said? Guys are fucking retarded, bro. Fair use.
I show you this image to give you a better understanding on what I'm telling you. The man laying on the ground as he tries to defend himself. And there's a man sitting on top of him with his right arm cocked and his left hand placed around the throat of the man laying down. Man sitting on him is ready to pound his face into jelly. You have two men who's standing above them. One is a Confederate soldier as he places his right hand in his left pocket. He's about to pull out a check in payment of what he believes might be the end. The man in a white jacket sits there smoking his pipe, realizing that he would have earned over 100 acres, 100,000 acres of land. Now, this is a fictional demonstration that I am giving you, but it's not far from the truth. This is what happens. As long as you have man, you will have domination. You will have one taking from someone else. Country, money, and racism. The pride comes from the two men who are engaging in the disrespect of one. How that disrespect came about, man in a white coat told the man who was sitting on top of the other man that the man laying down threatened to take the young ladies in your tribe and to take your land. Man laying on the ground knew nothing about this. This is how you get the wheels turning of one man disliking another man. You get the tall man disliking the short man, and the long-haired man disliking the short-haired man. You get one talking about the other until it gets out of control. And that's when you sit back and you wait for the money to roll in, because you place wages on the man. That happens today as it happened yesterday. It happens in the stock market. It happens when one is unable to make a payment in their home. And once the home becomes in a foreclosure state, you have a man waiting to purchase that for half the value.
What he's talking about is this is a game. This is what promoters and managers do. Is that not what we've seen Bob Arum do for years? Is that not what we see Eddie Hearn do? Frank Warren do? Is that not what we see? This is what we see. Salute to the Village Brother in that super chat. Salute, he said, you cooking, Drew. Salute to Scrapbook Boxing. Pinned at the top, the Scrapbook Boxing's channel. Click on it and go subscribe to this brother. That's what I'm saying, man. Scrapbook Boxing was part of the Wise Men of Boxing. So Scrapbook Boxing, Stormy B-Man, and the late, great Kurt Sugar. All right. Subscribe to Stormy B-Man. Become a member to look at those shows that they did in the past. 3 Wise Men of Boxing. Exactly, Snoopy. Divided and conquer. So this is not new behavior. This is just a little bit of a history we're talking about. Fair use. Let me get back to it, though.
And half the price that you paid for it. This is how, when I say country, that's how countries are run. By taking from others, taking others' oil, taking others' money, taking others' pride. It has always been that way. Racism. You get one man to dislike another man's skin color. You get him to dislike his ideology, get him to dislike his religion. Let me give you an example of what happened to the black fighters from the beginning of time.
Here we go.
There's a black middleweight by the name of Alex Gibson. He was known as Kid Gibson. Stood 5 foot 11 inches, weighed 150 to 160 pounds, and he was managed by Odell Crump. He fought from October 4th, 1915 to March 23rd, 1929. April 11th, 1919, he had a 6-round draw with Joe Gans, who was known as Nobby Joe Gans. There were about 6 Joe Gans. Nobby Joe Gans was a lightweight, and he grew into a middleweight. This is what happened to black fighters coming up. They fought in all different weight divisions, sometimes 60 pounds heavier than what they were normally able to handle. Isn't that?
Did you hear that? Are y'all still awake? Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I recall Deontay Wilder entertaining going to cruiserweight. He was joking. Y'all remember that? And y'all remember what people were saying? I wasn't even doing content when he played with that. I was still on Facebook. He said, I can't get no fights at heavyweight, man. I might as well just lose about maybe 5 pounds and go to cruiserweight. And people went nuts. Oh, he's going to go bully cruiserweights. Meanwhile, he's fighting at heavyweights and everybody on average outweighed him on 30 pounds. But he talked about going down to cruiserweight, and niggas on Facebook lost their mind. And these were black people. Y'all heard what Scrap just said? Salute, Rach. Y'all heard that? We've learned nothing. But let me get back to it.
That they chose to fight the man. The man was chosen for them.
Oh!
Now get into the different time.
They didn't even know who their opponents was. They were chosen for them. Fair use.
Of boxing, when it was at its most brutal state. Eugene Bullard, born October 9th, 1894, Columbus, Georgia. He died October 12th, 1961 in New York, and he stood 5 foot 10 inches, weighed 156 pounds, and he was managed by Dixie Kid. Who was Dixie Kid? He was the second black welterweight champion in boxing history, but what defined Dixie Kid? Dixie Kid was in a bout with the Barbados Demon, Joe Walcott. 1904, a referee had waged on Dixie Kid, placed a bet on him. But he was the referee at the same time for that bout.
Hear that?
And he waited till the 20th round as he took points away from Joe Walcott. He would then disqualify him when the bout was over because he wanted to make sure he didn't have to do so if it wasn't necessary, so it didn't seem as obvious. But it was clear that Joe Walcott won the bout, but he awarded Dixie Kid the bout. And he found out that he had placed a wager on Dixie Kid. Joe Walcott had to take on Mysterious Billy Smith to regain his crown. But the Dixie Kid was something else. He stayed at a boarding house owned by Shir Carter, a woman who housed other black fighters, such as Dudley Harris and Jim Johnson, Sam Langford, Frank Craig, and a fighter by the name of Sam Mitchell. I don't know if you heard of him. Dixie Kid would become the welterweight champion when he would defeat Barbados Demon Joe Walcott, 1904. Dixie Kid was arrested July 4th, 1902.
Listen to this.
While standing on a corner minding his own business. Racism. June 26, 1924, Larry Estes became the colored middleweight champion. He became champion in his hometown in Harlem, New York, when he would defeat Panama Joe Gans, better known as Cyril Quentin. Panama Joe Gans was managed by Leo P. Flynn, along with Kid Norfolk. But Larry Estridge was a southpaw, had a bald head. He reminded me of Marvin Hagler. And how I know this story is because Larry Estridge himself told me that. He lived in the Bronx, New York. And I met him through my grandfather. Larry Estridge told me the story of what took place.
Listen, y'all.
In the 1910s, 1920s, 1930s. He told me stories about black fighters who, in the South, couldn't use basic utensils. You see, Reconstruction, December 18th, 1865 to 1877, was the 13th Amendment to abolish slavery. Jim Crow, racial separation. Percy versus Ferguson, separate but not equal. You see, if you were in the black community, you could not drink out of the same water fountain. You couldn't use the same bathroom. You couldn't eat in the restaurants. And your child could not go to the same school.
Let me stop right here for a second. Salute to our brother African Thor in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He says salute, Drew. And salute to you, good brother. Are y'all following me so far? Are y'all following me so far? This man's link is pinned to the top. Click on it. Go subscribe to Scrapbook Boxing. If you really are interested in the history of this sport, and if you have no knowledge of self and you're looking for it, and you claim you love the sport, Scrapbook Boxing, go click, because it's not a super duper pro-black channel. He talks about the history of the sport. There's Rocky Marciano there too, for those of you looking for it. There's Jack Dempsey in it too. In this video, he's telling the truth about boxing and what do we know about the truth of life with Africans on this planet. We had it harder than everybody else. We're not going to downplay it. He's just telling you what happened. People that he's spoken to that lived it. This isn't up for debate. This is an education. If you can find something that contradicts this information, feel free to go over there. Just go to someone else that says, oh, it's not true. Because in 1771, you go listen to that. Because I've spoken to people that wasn't, elders when I was younger. I've listened to them talk about, well, and the elders spoke to the elders that lived through this, that weren't around no more. They were telling me stories. I can't recall all of it. But what I do know is that it was not good. Read that. Read that. This was on Twitter. I screenshot it and I kept it. Black fans always complaining, go start a Negro League or something. Well, here's the issue. Here's the issue. Read that. Screenshot it. And of course, he has a picture of Lomachenko hitting Nakatani. We're complaining. They always say we're complaining. We're supposed to forget this? Have we learned anything? Exactly. It says it all. Casual. You think Ryan knows about this? Wait a minute. You think he cares? He called Champside a racist? How many people even knew about the Black Murderers Row until they came? They didn't know about it until they came to YouTube. I know the Sensei knew about it. You know Scrapbook spoke on it. 78 spoke on it. There's even people we don't deal with anymore. They spoke on it. I spoke on it. Champside did a documentary on it. Now listen, I understand Champside wasn't the first to talk about it, but I understand that his audience, he attracts a different kind of audience than, let's say, a Scrapbook Boxing or a Stormy B-Man. The point is, the information is the same. The information is equally as important. That's why I salute Champside, because the audience that he can reach, which is significantly younger than a Stormy B-Man or a Scrapbook Boxing, the point is, Champside got it out. The information is the same. And that's love right there. That's a young man that understands the history of the sport. And he got on there and had this stupid motherfucker Ryan Garcia call him racist. Do you know the beginnings of this sport? Black Murderers Row. All of those brothers was frozen out and forced to fight each other over 100 times. That's why I went crazy when AJ told Deontay, we'll freeze you out. Do y'all know that's language that a black man not supposed to use with another black man in this sport? Do you know that? Do you know that? When he said that was when AJ lost me. I told y'all that years ago. I said when he did that, that's when he lost me. He's not supposed to say that. That's how I know. He's over there listening to Eddie. Eddie's using that language. Frank Warren's using that language. They know what that language means. AJ's dumbass don't even know what it meant. He sounds just as stupid. You remember the first Rush Hour? Jackie Chan following around Chris, and he sits in the bar, and he says, "What's up, my nigga?" He's like, "What the fuck did you just say?" "What's up, my nigga?" And a fight breaks out. Certain things are not for you to say. And AJ's immersed into this sport. He should know better, but he doesn't. All of these niggas on YouTube that shit on Deontay, shitting on Devin, and your ass is blacking in my fitted on my snapback, and you on here capping for this dude. It's academic. James Toney got caught, and it barely made the news. He got caught, it was a no contest, and I think John Ruiz sued him. Done. Why this? You don't call Champside a racist, dude? This is what we deal with. This is what we deal with today. Go start a Negro League. Here's a fun fact. If we really started a Negro League, Who the fuck is watching? I don't know. Pick them. Who's watching Quigg versus fucking Frampton 104 times? By the way, Quigg, Frampton, De La Cruz, and Morris froze out Guillermo Rigondeaux. They all fought each other and froze him out. Now we're not even talking about Rigo. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? He had to go all the way up to fight who? Loma. Gave Loma full credit for that. The sad part is we're so goddamn segregated amongst each other. Who would really be in the Black Negro League? We could talk to guys like Guillermo and King Kong Ortiz and all these other Negroes that speak Spanish. Do they consider themselves black? And in the event that they told me no, I remind them, I would ask them, who is the Coco Kid? Y'all know he was black, but he was Boricua, right? Y'all know he was Puerto Rican, right? Black Murderers, oh, look it up. I don't want to get too deep into that, y'all. Fair use.
Brown versus Board of Education, 1954. The U.S. Supreme Court would decide that separating children and their education was unconstitutional. Black boxers when they walked down the aisleway to a fight,
listen,
there was spitballs shot out of straws at them. There was coffee, juice, and other beverages thrown at them. Half-eaten sandwiches thrown at them as they were walking to the ring. They couldn't change in locker rooms. They had to change in mop closets.
see that?
They couldn't sleep in a hotel. They had to sleep in a car. When they rode in a train, they had to sit in the back of the train. And when they traveled far, they had to sleep with the animals in the back and hay and lay down and get some rest. Many of them had to hobo, meaning they had to hang upside down the train. Well, the train was doing over 65 miles per hour. I'm sure that iron was hot. They couldn't let go because they would be crushed to pieces. They had to ride the back of the bus and pay the same fare. Larry Estes told me stories in the deep, deep South. How fighters would ride in the back of a wagon on uneven clay with a burlap bag over their head. And they would go deep into the woods, probably a mile from where they were placed into the wagon. And it was so dark in the woods that when the burlap bag was released from their head, they would see men hanging. They didn't know if those men were hanging because they were supposed to win or they were supposed to lose the bout.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Let that marinate for a second. Let that marinate for a second. Did y'all hear that? Let that marinate for a second. This is why I don't let anybody tell me I'm racist when it comes to this sport. Our beginnings as black people in this sport, they don't compare to anything. It's the life of this is what it is to be black in this world. Fuck this country, this world, man. I heard at soccer games when they're playing a black fucking team, certain places they make monkey noises in the damn stands. So I don't let anybody tell me any old thing, man. Y'all heard Ryan Garcia call Champ Side a racist? Does he know anything about this? And I know there'll be some motherfuckers talking about, hey man, what does that have to do with today? It has everything to do with today. Ryan is existing off of racism. The bad part is he's enabled and helped by a bunch of house niggas. He's enabled by the house niggas. They care about the 22nd of every month. You know what the 22nd of every month is for monetized channels? That's when we get paid. It's a game with them. This beady-eyed nigga doing rap videos. Somebody sent me a clip of Ego. Now he's talking about, oh man, just move on and fight Sandor Martin for literally $29 million less than what he was paid versus Ryan. Oh, now you just want us to move on after we just stumbled upon all of this shit. Now we just supposed to move on. This is what okay, George Floyd happened, move on. Mike Brown happened, move on. I mean, this is what we do. We're supposed to move on, right? Move on. Just, why are you complaining? Move on. Oh yeah, he did cheat. Okay, well move on now. Really? And I'm gonna say this. We're not gonna get total justice. We're not gonna get total justice. Ryan only got 1 year. I mean, hey, BFTV showed y'all that dude, Southpaw TV, that scumbag, that midget, that scumbag. He sent someone a super chat that said, our job is to keep Devin down. Ain't he Latin? He's not black. Y'all gonna let him do that? Y'all gonna let him say that? Take your black ass to another channel. And God forbid, I don't know, Bam Rodriguez loses. Who's nice with it. I like Bam. Salute the Bam. But let's say he loses. And you take your black ass to a Latin channel and say, our job is to keep him down. What? What? It's not gonna happen. They're gonna be on your bumper. You're gonna get emails. You're gonna get trolled. Niggas gonna find your IP address. Niggas gonna send bombs to your house. Not us. We got too many go on to get along niggas in the ranks. That's why I say we gotta decapitate them. When you seeing a bunch of niggas running around, shucking and jiving, understand that we're not united and we'll never be united. I'm telling you, with the exception of one nigga, everybody else, they were riding hard for Deontay. How do you ride hard for Deontay? Devin's going through the exact same thing. Ryan has been caught in every lie. Everything he said was a lie. Now he's looking at about at least 5 lawsuits. From supplement companies. I don't know what Scooter's gonna do. More on that this week. Caleb Plant's wife is suing. Jordan Plant is suing him, and now he's talking about I'm sorry. Nobody's holding this kid accountable. I was listening to that shit with Champside yesterday. That dude that they keep calling Howard Stern, not even Howard Stern was trolled on that level. he was talking about he's young. He kept saying that. He's young. He's young. Ryan is a grown-ass man with kids. He's 25 or some shit. He's a man. Do y'all see what we're up against? Or y'all just going along to get along? Is any of this registering? Or do you even care? If you don't care, you got options. There's a back button, there's an X button, there's a not interested. I'm not playing with y'all this morning. He called Champ Side a racist? Our history in this world. This is why we say we can't be racist. Our history in this world, our whole existence, we had to deal with shit like this. And now we're dealing with it on a different level. The sad fact is you got beady-eyed taco head ass niggas running around talking about, oh, it's not true. It's not true. What happened to the hair follicle test? You said, Showbiz, you said the hair follicle test was going to exonerate Ryan. And it was explained how it can't. You said the B sample was going to exonerate Ryan. Even Ryan said, I don't see why the B sample is going to say anything different from the A. He said that when he was in the Middle East. I said, well, what did you say? Wait, what? I know that. But you know what? Every time that nigga clicked live or put out a video saying this is going to exonerate Ryan, I'll be damned if he got like maybe 100,000 views out of that video. He got your time and attention. And on the 22nd of June, he was like, 100, 200, 300, 400, all the way to the bank. What you won't find is integrity from a nigga like that. That's why I told y'all, I don't even go over there. I don't even go over there. Because I know what it is. As soon as I saw that nigga's eyes falling out his head, I was like, oh shit, there's something about this dude. And he did the same shit. He was one of the niggas that did the same shit with Deontay. Egg shape. Pointed at his face. I said, look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. What I tell y'all got to do with niggas like that when it come time for revolution? Get it out the way. I said it, and I don't give a shit. Y'all don't understand how y'all say, oh, it's just boxing. Y'all don't understand how serious this is. This is symbolic of life. When are y'all going to be tired? Let me explain something to you. I never hated Tank to the point where I rooted against him. Never had a problem with Tank until this situation. And I said, how's he doing this? Where are his OGs telling him, yo, whoa, fall back off of this? You think Tank knows anything about this? You think Tank's OGs know anything about this? Black people should have had the business on lock, but we're so busy. How many death threats did I get, or 78 get, or BFTB get? But George Zimmerman is still alive. Handle that before you even look at me. You can't debate this. And y'all are giving Ryan Garcia, y'all are giving him room to breathe. Y'all are doing this. He feels it's okay to do this. What just happened with Donald Trump? Didn't they pass a bill saying that a former president has some exoneration? I'm in and out. I'm so done with politics, bro. Didn't that just happen? Now look. Now he could literally stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue, like he said, and shoot somebody, and nothing will happen. Now look. Y'all don't hear me? I rock in that super chat. Salute. He says, salute and respect, OG. Apologies, I'm late, but I'll definitely catch the replay. Today's topic is something most entirely too scared to talk. Too scared, but should face. Exactly, good brother. Exactly. Exactly. I'm not on here screaming and hollering and playing monkey videos. So I'm not that entertaining this morning. But all these coons, ego, whoever, the showbiz, a grown adolescent, I don't give a fuck. In reference to this topic, stop it, bro. Stop it. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. You're not with us. You never was with us. This is an injustice. He's been caught several times, and he's still lying. Now he done brought up Scooter. I didn't know who Scooter was, bro. I didn't know who he was. And when he ran down his resume, I said, oh, shit. Now I know who he is. He helped LL Cool J get that six-pack. He's dealing with Hollywood celebrities, athletes. He started busting down the names. And that's who Ryan's lying on now? The devoted Christian that told George Kambosos, I banged your wife, that told Caleb Plant, I banged your wife. And then when we say to him, yo, bro, you know, I'm not saying anyone's perfect, but I don't recall Evander Holyfield, who's a Christian man, ever saying anything remotely close to what you've done. And then when you have a clown on your fucking show talking about, oh, well, he's young. That's what we doing? You know what that sounds like? When a chick has 5 kids and she's only 22 years old and 4 different baby daddies, you're like, what are you doing? Oh, well, she's young. I'm not hearing that. Who raised her? That is the question. Where's Henry Garcia? Heard he hasn't spoken to his son in over a month now. Hold on now. Before he couldn't shut the fuck up. He was telling our sister Rachel, oh, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Remember that? Now no one's heard of him. Now no one's heard from him. Where's he at? Where's his wife at with the cancer? What happened? Where's his parents? Explaining any of this. They've gone silent. Also heard that this man fired his lawyer. Remember when I said I want to talk to his legal team? I don't believe he fired his lawyer. I believe there's a possibility that his lawyer said, I can't do this. You keep talking. And in that last conversation he had with Bill on Mill City, now he fired his lawyer. I bet you if I talk to his lawyer, there's a possibility his lawyer said, no, he ain't fired me. I quit. Do you see this? I want to talk to his lawyer. Somebody get me that man's information. I want to know what happened. I don't want to know anything about the case. You ain't got to tell me. I want to know why the relationship went sour. Why was you fired? Because I did hear him tell a champ side that, you know, he's not fighting for a year. He needs to make money. Excuse me? You made $500 million. What happened? Oh, lawyers' fees. You're getting sued. The lawsuits. Yeah, you're going to need fight. How crazy is it going to be? Well, this time next year, he's in the hole about $2 million. And he's going to need to fight. So it's not whether you want to give Devin a rematch. That's the biggest fight for you right now. You're going to need Devin. And I hope Devin don't give you shit. Because you see, family, we need to start moving like them. Y'all remember in The Matrix when Neo walked up and the agents couldn't fuck with him? Y'all remember that? And he beat their ass and everyone's looking and say, yo. And he's like, what? He says, they were like, you move like them. Because the agents were a problem to the regular people, but Neo would son them. They said, you move like them. Yeah. We need to move like them. Brothers, y'all ever been somewhere in public and, you know, the white person for no reason picks a fight with you? This has happened to me a bunch of times. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Don't you know what'll happen? What happens if you slap them? Come on, and they push you, then you push them back, they get up off the floor, run and go, they go run to a cop. he. Mm-hmm. There's some telling motherfuckers, aren't they? He did it. Right? Terrific. Terrific. Very nice. We need to move like them. By this time next year, I know Devin said he wanted Back in Blood. That's a sexy thing to say. And I know in his heart of hearts, he wants that back. But Devin got cheated. This kid was on a banned substance, which is why he was moving the way he was moving, which is why he was goddamn 180 pounds on fight night. No one's talking about that. Y'all would rather lie and say that Devin Haney was in violation of the rules. Y'all would rather lie. Show me the rule he violated, where you can actually say, look, commission, he violated this rule right here. Take away his wins. Y'all would rather lie and say that. It's a lie. All of those people that are saying that, y'all are even stupid ass Ryan. Know what he said? Oh, Devin been a weight bully all his life since the amateurs. He said, where you getting this from? That's what they're saying online. Huh? Who's saying it online? Put a name on it, Ryan. I'll challenge anybody to come to the Strong House and we can have a conversation. Anybody. I already showed y'all what Punch Drunk did and what he said. I went to the same article. The live is called, Where Did the 18% Lie Come From? That's the live. Go to my archive and pull that live stream up. I did it about a month ago. And I used the same article that he used. And I said, that's what he put out on Twitter is not what it said. I walked y'all through it. He didn't break a rule. There was no rule. Devin could have hydrated up to 300 pounds. There was no rule. He didn't break the rule. So I don't care what Rougarou's saying. I don't care what Punch Drunk is saying. I don't care what all you stupid asses are saying. Show me the rule. You know what the rule was in New York? No Ostarine. And it went from, he's not on it, they're lying on him, to, oh shit, he was on it. But it wasn't that much. Get over it. Just go fight. Shut up and dribble, LeBron. Right? And shout out to all y'all niggas talking about nepotism with LeBron. Isn't that a form of power that we as black people want to be in? We can get our kids into something that we're doing. Something that white folk and Asians and the Jewish community has been doing, I don't know, since the dawn of age. He got his son to play with him in the NBA. What is the problem? What is wrong with you? Now all Dwayne Wade got to do is make sure his son gets into the WNBA.
Whoa! What the it's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, Frog the Money Courtin', he did right. Crambo. What you want?
That's the only joke I'm telling this morning. Johnny Quest in that super chat, he says, I keep saying some of our people will sell their mothers for a couple of dollars. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is how they are. Boxing Fan Times 4 in that super chat, he said, look up a soccer player named Malcolm. There was an outrage over him joining a Russian team because that team had a tradition of no black players on the team. Oh boy. We got to stop wanting to. I hear you, brother. We got to stop wanting to integrate with these motherfuckers. They don't like us. They don't like us. I would love a Negro boxing league. Why? It would be the most watched thing on television. Main biker in that super chat salute. He said 1804 Haitian Revolution. They deleted the guns first. Exactly. Haiti taught black people how to set it. They're paying for it now. But they taught them how to set it. They were the first people to take their freedom by force. They said, wait a minute. We outnumbered them 33-1. Why are we taking it? Get that whip from him. And they jumped him. Get out of here. Let's get back to what our brother Scrapbook was saying. Fair use.
When they would climb into the ring, there would be 5 white men standing there
with
gloves on. They were there in preparation for who would be underneath the hood of the burlap bag. And once a man was selected,
Salute the boxing fan times for back in that super chat. He said the Rougarou, aka the Jigaboo. The Jigaboo. He's the Jigaboo. He's the Jigaboo. I don't fuck with that guy. Fair use. So Scrap was talking about what we had to deal with in the locker rooms. We didn't have a locker room. We had to change in mop closets. We had to travel different places under horrible conditions. And then when you go into some of these towns, you see brothers hanging by their necks from trees. You don't know if they were supposed to win the fight or if they won the fight and they wasn't supposed to. This is what we dealt with.
you had men on horses, one on each side of the ring with shotguns,
See that?
pointing the entire time of the fight. You had fighters who would stand in ankle deep to knee deep water, marshland with water moccasins, while the other fighter would be on land. There was a huge pot of boiling water
Listen to this.
with men who would lose the bout, black fighters, that would be thrown in that pot of water. If you see the movie Mandingo, Ken Norton,
Mm-hmm.
you see, this is the story of boxing that you are not told. You would never, they're not going to put that in any history book. But this is what happened to the black fighter. To finish the story with Dixie Kid, he was standing on a corner and he was approached by a beat cop. And he was hit in the back of the head on South Street and Broad Street in Philadelphia. And when he hit the man back, he was arrested.
You hear that?
He was hit in the back of the head with a blackjack. No defense for himself. I mentioned to you that Henry Armstrong, although a 3-weight division champion, when he fought in the West, coming up, he could not change in locker rooms. He had to change in mop closets. I'm talking Henry Armstrong in his day. Dixie Kid was not only one who suffered those unfortunate circumstances. George Dixon, 1892, September 6, in the ring with Jack Skelly, was hit with whips and metal sticks
You hear that?
to keep him in the center of the ring.
Wait a minute.
That long.
Wait a minute. Did you hear that? There was no laying on the ropes to Philly shell and countering. No, there was none of that. You was hit with whips and metal pipes. Get your ass in the middle of the ring and fight, nigga. Do you hear this?
Long hickory wood sticks, poking him in the back, shoving him back into the middle of the ring. Because they did not want the sweat of a black fighter flying on them.
Unbelievable, man. That's crazy.
But that's how George Dixon became a zone fighter, a master of fighting in the middle of the ring. He discovered shadow boxing, speed bag, and a heavy bag. Joe Gans discovered the 1-2 combination punch. He mastered the jab. He was taught that by having meat hung in the back of the porch, attracting flies. And he became a master of catching flies. 3, 4, 5, 10 of them with one hand. Joe Gans was the first American black fighter to become lightweight champion. He was the first black fighter to become a lightweight champion. And he was the first resident of Baltimore to own a car. As you know, Jack Johnson became the first black established heavyweight champion in 1908. When Charlie Burley defeated Coco Kid in 1938.
Black Murderers Row.
He became the first black fighter to accomplish that feat in Pittsburgh. That year was the greatest year in boxing history for the black fighter. Because in 1938, not only did you have Charlie Burley, now the colored middleweight champion, colored welterweight champion. He was the colored welterweight champion in 1938. We would also have Walker Smith winning the 1938 Metropolitan Bantamweight Championship belt. The last time it was done in a different weight division as a middleweight was in 1928, 10 years prior. And that was Harry Smith, the Harlem Thunderbolt. You see, racism has always been the money-making machine. Joe Louis was supposed to take on Turkey Thompson in 41. But they removed Turkey Thompson because they didn't want Joe Louis giving another black fighter an opportunity. Because he already did that with John Henry Lewis in 1939 in January. So in comes Billy Conn of Pittsburgh. John Henry Lewis was hustled out of his championship title when he took an eye examination test in 1938, and he couldn't defend it against Tiger Jack Fox, who was another black fighter, because the doctor stated he was unfit. So they stripped him of one of his titles. So then Milo Patina, who was a southpaw, was from New York, Binkin, New York. He would face Tiger Jack Fox. They would give the victory to Milo Patina. And then Billy Conn would now face Milo Patina and unify the light heavyweight championship title in 1938. He was champion in 39. He would take on Joe Louis in 41. Took on Joe Louis again in 46 after the war. Elmer Valiant Ray, who took on Obie Walker 14 times, was to get a shot for Joe Louis's vacant title. He was deprived.
Stop it right there. That video is called The Truth About Boxing Volume 1. If you want to hear that video, you want to listen to it from the beginning, go to Scrapbook Boxing. It's pinned at the top. That's his YouTube channel. And he has a bunch of gems there. And it is imperative that we educate ourselves. You see, boxing is called the sweet science for a reason. When you make a mistake in the ring and you pay for it with a punch, it is imperative that instead of you reacting to try and get that hit back, or because the punch sounded loud and the crowd went, ooh, you trying to get that hit back, you can get hit again. And when you're in an emotional state, that's when you're most vulnerable. That's why corners are important. The round ends, you need to go back and ask your trainer, why'd that happen? What did I do? So you can fix it so it don't happen again. What happens is, we try and get that hit back, you can get hit again. You can hurt yourself. And we have to approach this thing a bit more educated. Screaming and hollering is one thing, because we're right. That's one thing. But our approach, we have to be more strategic in its nature. What I've armed you with today is a history lesson. No other ethnicity should ever accuse you of being racist, especially Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's whole entire thing, this whole thing right now is existing due to racism. He talks about stronger powers being afoot here. Yeah, those powers are working in his favor. Those same powers that are enabling and allowing Canelo to avoid David Benavidez. Whenever there's two black fighters at the top, there is extreme pressure for them to face each other, or the business keeps them away from each other while tearing down one. Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Y'all remember what the WBA did to Michael Fox? Skin gloves. Who signed off on these? I didn't. That's what they said. Someone said I didn't, but he got to the ring with skin gloves. Still lost the fight. Right? He won the fight, but Mike Fox clearly outclassed that clown. Can't think of his name right now. We called that out. That happened. Gloria Martinez was suspended. She was calling Michelle Obama all kinds of monkeys. Clearly, she's a racist. They slapped on the wrist, and then she came back to the business. She's still around. I did a video on it. L-Dub hit me up, and he said, yo, do you know about this? And I said, oh, shit, no, it ain't. That's Gloria Martinez. Right back in it. Right over our head, but in our face. Right over our head, but in our face. Right over our head, but in our face. So when you see Ryan Garcia, I'm not on Ostarine. It was, Gabriel Mastro. Thank you. I'm not on drugs. I'm a clean fighter. It was the ashwagandha. Then it was Bill and Victor Conti. Then it was, I've located the supplements. The B sample is going to clear me. No, it's not. Then it was the hair follicle test. It was going to clear him. No, it's not. Next. And in between that, he's talking about people's wives. All of that was happening in our face. But he's this Christian man, right? Then he's doing rap videos with orangutans in the car. What the fuck was that? He's playing in your face. And you niggas are allowing it. Because that's what you do. Y'all go bananas over this little boy. This 25-year-old grown adolescent. Now everybody's hitting with lawsuits individually. Now you done talk that shit, and Jordan Plant is about to sue you, and you got on Twitter and you apologized? I'm gonna do a video about it. But then you sat up there and told Champ side, yeah, I'm a fighter, but I can't fight. I need the money. You need the money what? You made $50 million. What you need the money for? Where's your money going? I know where it's not going. You talking about you saving the kids. Where's your foundations for saving the kids? What happened? He said all of this stuff. I can't imagine one black person that could say a quarter of the stuff that he said and got away with it. I can't imagine. Dillian White got suspended, y'all. Jarrell Miller got suspended, y'all. They had to lie and say Deontay Wilder with that frame doesn't have all that knockout power, without, but they had to lie about him being on drugs, y'all. We were right here for all of the fuckery. We were here for it. We're here for it. But Ryan Garcia this is clearly a circus, and there's still people standing in the pocket for him. There's some greater power that's been lying on him. And I know this is gonna sound crazy coming from me, but I'm gonna take the time to give Ishe Smith a big shout out. Oh shit, yeah. Look, we've had some issues in the past, the LDBC and him, because of his position he took with Deontay Wilder. But since then, what y'all don't know is that he's been educated about what happened. And what happened with that was, sometimes we get away from the position that people take to, it just turned into a pissing contest. Now it says, oh, well, never mind my position. You telling me to kiss your ass? You saying F me? No, it's F you. And it's F you, F you. And we get away from why we was at odds to begin with. And instead of solving the problem, now it turns into a pissing contest. Ishe's been thoroughly educated on the Wilder situation. I know that for a fact, because there was things he didn't know. And this thing with Ryan, he stood fast on it. Same thing with Shakur. The same thing with Shakur. Could it be that Shakur understands that what happened to Devin could definitely happen to him? He should. The way he fights, the fights that he's won, because he's undefeated, right? That wasn't the first time they accused him of running in the ring. Remember, I got up here and said, yo, F that. The young man won. And when his last fight against De Los Santos, I said, yo, he won. But look how they ripped him apart in a win. So absolutely he understands that he could be next. He had to tell Oscar Valdez, make sure you ain't cheating. He had to tell him that. Slap on the wrist Oscar Valdez had. All these guys they seem to get a whole lot of privilege, right? But when we stand in the pocket for what's just for our black fighters, all of a sudden it's a problem. Scrapbook just gave you a detailed history about what we had to do, what we had to deal with. Now, it's not that extreme now, and a lot of us make a lot of money, but the game is the same. Look at what they did to Deontay. And oh yeah, they poisoned Anthony Joshua when he came to New York. They can't have two niggas running around with undefeated records. Somebody's old guy to go. No. We're gonna get them. Look at Tyson Fury. He's not allowed on American soil. Did Stephen A. Snitch even report on that? But he can get on his platform and call Deontay an idiot though, right? At no point did he say, why is the WBC heavyweight champion not allowed on American soil? ESPN didn't say anything. But when we point out the discrepancies, we're crying about racism. It's been about race. Boxing has been about race. BFTB, when he was there, when Devin schooled Vasily Lomachenko, what those crackers say to him? You just rooting him because he's black. These crackers are telling a bunch of black people, you just rooted for Devin because he's black. Yeah, and? They're going to deny it. Yeah, and? So I'm assuming you was here just to enjoy the fight. Or why are you wearing yellow and blue? Do I hear an accent? Who was you rooting for? Man, Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is, man. So, when you see people putting up videos that are anti-Bill, anti-Devin, check the fruit on the tree. Check the fruit on the tree. They have been compromised. They are on the take. The reason why Ryan only got a year is because he is who he is. And he's existing off of pure privilege. And the faster y'all understand that, the better off you'll be. But if you like that sort of thing, look, I don't tell y'all where to go. Y'all go get that feel good from all these other clowns, I call them. They're clowns. Go get that feel good. Have fun. But you as a black person, my brother LeRon in the building, you as a black person, I just played that for you. I just played it for you. You as a black person, if you turn around and tell me this ain't about race, I'm looking at you strange. And if you stand in front of me, I'm literally 2 minutes from slapping you in the fucking face. I'm just, what do you mean it's not about race? Tell a Japanese person that. Find one Japanese person that doesn't rock with a Nui. Find one. Find one. I'm sure there is, but you got to find them. You didn't even know there was that many Filipinos in your city until Manny Pacquiao came to it to fight, did you? I didn't know. I didn't know. You want no secret? Radio City, Nonito Donaire versus Guillermo Rigondeaux. I was there. And when I got there, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know there was that many Filipinos in New York. I didn't know that. I said, oh shit. I was looking around like, yo, I'm dead ass. I thought there would be like a small section of them that, no. Nope. I was like, I didn't know. I said, damn, that's dope. When Loma fought Rigo, you know how many Ukrainians was in the theater? You know how many was there? A lot. They drowned out the Cubans, bro. Drowned them out. Too much metrics. I'm like, shit. When Adam Kornacki fights in New York, hella Polish people there. At any point did I say supporting your own is bad? Did I say that? No. But who catches it the most? We do. Be proud. Be proud of who you support. Be proud of who you support. Don't care. But to deny what's happening here proves that we've learned nothing as a community. We've learned nothing. There's too much disorder. This is disgusting. So I'm watching you guys, man. Well, I'm hearing about you guys. I don't watch your material. And I know Malcolm X is like, what the fuck? Dr. King's like, Brother Malcolm, I told you. They died for nothing. This little thing called boxing proved it. Proved it. They died for nothing. George Floyd died for nothing. Mike Brown died for nothing. And I can go on and on and on and on. Because you're always going to find that handful of niggas that are thinking about their own personal best interests and not the community. Cheating is not acceptable. When you got a little punk motherfucker like Southpaw TV, the little bitch ass nigga that he is, talking about our job is to keep deaf and down. Whose job? When you say our job, whose job? Who's he talking about? And let me talk to you black folks. Y'all rallying behind him? I've been by his channel. The first thing he did when Devin lost was put a picture of Devin on the floor. That's who you rally behind? And then you're going to turn around and say it's not about race. Let's stick to the facts. Osterine was in his system. It's academic. The athletic commission did their job. It wasn't supposed to be there. It was there. Suspended. Now, how did it get there? You believe what Ryan's telling you? You believe he didn't do anything? You believe him? You believe that? You niggas are state of the art. You're state of the art. I didn't believe they manufactured niggas like you. But it's obvious now. It's obvious. You have no knowledge of self. You have no sense of community. And all you're worried about is your bottom line. Because every last one of these niggas, these bigger channels that are talking down on Devin and Bill, I'm sure they're on the take. Somebody cut them a check. You know how I know? I was offered to compromise my integrity about 4 years ago. BFTB was offered. Black Fight Fan was offered. 78 was offered. And I'm going to tell you something. We could have sold out a long time ago. And I had 100,000 subs. And I'd have been raking in all kinds of dough. And there only been a handful of y'all talking about what happened to him. My bank account is what happened to me, baby. But I told these goons no. $20,000 spread out over 4 months is what they offered me. They wanted me to talk about certain fighters and stop talking about other fighters. I deleted the whole email because you couldn't tell me that wasn't a troll. As soon as I responded, I'm like, man, they're going to take my response, and go over to these UK channels and say, Drew Titan, he's ready to shut out Deontay. I called up 78. I said, man, check this out. I just got this email. I deleted it, and they said, da-da-da-da. He said, no, that was true. And this is what they offered me. I was like, what the fuck? What? He said, yo, they out here, bro. Because there's power in what we do. There's power in what we do. And at that time, I only had 4,000 subs. I didn't even consider myself that powerful. But after that Sugar Hill controversy, conversation, it wasn't a controversy, it was a conversation. I don't know why niggas got in their feelings over it. They said, let's compromise him. 20 racks? Fuck out of here, man. You kidding me? They out here. So now, go to your favorite YouTube channel. The eye-bucking ass nigga with a taco on his head. Go get that feel good when they speak in an articulate manner. Go to Fanon if you want to, if you like that sort of thing. Go get that feel good. Go listen to that Turncoat Ego. Go hang out there. Oh, yeah, okay, he cheated. Okay, yeah, but move on. Go fight Sandro Martinez. Why are you still crying about it? That's who he turned out to be? These niggas is scrolls. That's my nerd for the day. These niggas is scrolls. We don't know who's real. Is that really Ego? Is that a fucking scroll? Somebody kidnapped Ego? The fuck? Callie, what up? Broken Traditions. You said that's why it's important to support our own. We have to. But every now and again, we think you have a network of people that are real. Y'all let Southpaw send a super chat and said, our job is to keep Devin down. Why would he say that? And why y'all niggas are allowing, y'all black people, why y'all allowing him to say that? He said he got the nerve to claim the Bay. That's for him to deal with. That threw me off. I said, what the fuck? Wow. Okay. But I expect things like this. That's why I'm really not getting excited about it anymore. I expect it because I know how we as people move. I know it. So, I mean, y'all go ahead, man. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all do. And y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Scrapbook Boxing. That's one of hundreds of videos he has in reference to the history of the sport. But make no mistake about it. we've had a way to go in life, and in sport, it's no different, man. I mean, this is disgusting, and it's always an uphill battle, but I'm built for it. These shoulders are built for lifting shit. These other motherfuckers, they have wide hips. They're making babies, and they're producing a whole lot of idiots out here. Devin was done an injustice, and we've learned nothing. And a lot of these niggas that are running up there for that feel good, they don't know about the history of the sport. I'm also going to tell you to go subscribe to Stormy B Man, and here's why. Not only because that's my friend, but they did the three wise men of boxing. It was Stormy B Man, Scrapbook Boxing, and the late great Kirk Sugar. Go subscribe to Stormy B Man, become a member so you have access to those shows because they're not around. Kirk Sugar's gone, y'all. He's gone. He's gone. Go listen to the Three Wise Men Talk Boxing. And I'm glad that Stormy took it off his channel and you have to pay to see it now because that's $1 million information. Go subscribe to Stormy B Man and become a member to watch the Three Wise Men of Boxing. Watch the shows. It's an education. And what you're seeing now is a bunch of emotion with the lack of education. A bunch of emotions with the lack of education. You know I'm in a twilight zone where y'all know I don't fuck with Paulie Malignaggi. But one thing he knows is that he's on record. I've seen him get robbed, and he understands the business of the sport, and he knows it's not fair. And he kept it gully like, yo, the kid cheated. What are we talking about? You have Paulie Malignaggi on the right side of things. You got Ishe Smith catching my ear. Like, oh, shit. And then you got a bunch of niggas running around here talking about, oh, why he still got hit with the left hand. What? There's something wrong with every last one of you. And the professionals talking that bullshit, I got y'all. Trust me, I say I got y'all. I got a whole lot of smoke for y'all. Jafar says on that super chat salute. You said great show today, Drew. Appreciate your hard work and due diligence. Man, I appreciate you guys. Yup. Salute to you, man. And salute to Pete Davenport. And that super chat salute, man. He said Chinese food, hair, cars, clothes, all fast food, other races in sports, but we can't support our own. I'm for everything black. Exactly, bro. We purchase everything from everybody else. The moment, y'all remember what they did to Anthony Joshua? During the George Floyd thing, when the world went crazy, all he did was pick up the mic and say, yo, look, I need my people to support black businesses. That's all he said. Y'all remember how they attacked him? Hey, we'll see if we support you in your next fight. Wait a minute. All he said was black people should support black businesses. He didn't say kill whitey. He didn't say stop shopping at white stores, white-owned places. He said support black business. That's all he said. And y'all went crazy. Remember that? We're doomed, man. We wanted Manny Pacquiao to destroy Floyd Mayweather. Remember that? Floyd Mayweather was supposed to ignore the drugs. Okay, LeBron. He was supposed to ignore the possibility of him being on drugs. Devin Haney's soft for suing, allegedly, he's soft for suing Ryan in this situation. But Manny Pacquiao, y'all do remember that he sued Floyd Mayweather for defamation, right? Because he was never caught cheating. I mean, we knew what time it was, but he was never caught. But they didn't call Manny Pacquiao soft for that, right? Manny Pacquiao had to threaten Ryan Garcia with legal action. Stop using my name saying we're about to have a exhibition. You never spoke to my team. Y'all remember that? He threatened them with legal action. Did y'all call Manny Pacquiao soft for that? No. But Ryan gets into the ring, high on Ostarine, and Lord knows what else. Wins the fight, find out he pops dirty. They reverse the call. There was a crime committed. So now they're pursuing legal action and y'all calling Devin Haney soft? You got niggas calling him soft. And some of you motherfuckers go listen to that shit. Some of you motherfuckers allow other ethnicities come in here and talk crazy about Devin and pat you on the head like the little boy you are, like the obedient monkey you are. There's no hope for you. There's no hope for you. And when the dust settles on the situation, stay where you are. Stay where you are. Exactly, LeBron. Devin could have went home and died. And some of you niggas will still be fucking partying and celebrating. We're indeed lost as a people. We're indeed lost as a people. We're lost. We're lost. All right? I don't see Latinos doing this to each other. I don't see Asians doing this to each other. I don't see it. So, yeah. This is why the LDBC has trust issues. I've said this before and I stand on it. I don't trust you, a lot of you content creators. I really don't. I've seen some shit and I know a lot of shit. And it's really, I'm dead ass. It's really, fuck you to the grave. I hate you. I do. If y'all let Southpaw get on his Twitter and he literally said, I hope Devin Haney dies, no cap. That's after he beat Regis Prograis. I saw the tweet. Someone sent it to me. I said, this really him? And they said, hold on, I'll check. They checked and text me back. It's really him. I said, how? Come on, bro. Nobody came for him. Y'all let that dude say that? He's not black. And even if he was black, what is wrong with you? Y'all let him say that? Y'all did that. Same dude that got on hand somewhere, yo, in that room right there, I got the LDBC's daughter sucking dick. He literally said that. Y'all let him say that? Y'all let him say that? Or because why? He loves Tank and you love him too? Where do you draw the line? I tell you, oh, this is a Tank hating network. It is. I hate the kid. And I told you why. It has nothing to do with what he does in the ring. He's a dog in the ring. Y'all know why I hate him. And I was all the way up into the Frank Martin thing. I'm like, oh, hold on. I can't do this. I can't do this. That kid is an asshole. You invite Ryan out for drinks? After you said, if I find out that you cheated, I'm going to fuck you up. Well, you found out he cheated, and this is what we got? That's what we got. So hell yeah, this is a Tank hating network. Don't come here and expect me to say anything good about him. Leave. Amanda in that super chat salute. She said, blessings, Drew, in the chat. Salute to you, sis. I appreciate you. Damn right I hate that kid. Damn right. Because y'all hate Devin. And y'all don't have to say those exact words, but y'all show it every day. Every day there's gonna be response videos to this video. Y'all do it every day. That's why there's no hope. I don't expect y'all to do shit. All the smoke for me. Eddie Hearn's still walking around. Frank Warren's still walking around. Bob Arum gets to tell y'all the amount of money I lost on Bud. I could have bought a house in Beverly Hills. He gets to say shit like that, and he's not even canceled. Those names I mentioned, Bill Haney ain't do a quarter of the shit that those men have done. Between those men, those names that I mentioned, there's over 120 years of fuckery. And all Bill Haney did was promote his son. Youngest undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. Y'all don't even appreciate it. Tank done sold y'all a bunch of Latins that he beat the shit out of them. Name one fight that Tank fought that you didn't know he was going to win. Frank Martin was the first fight where it was like, I don't know. How the fuck you going to call Ryan Garcia a cheater when you're fighting him? But Devin Haney was very relaxed with him and paid the price. And you laugh about it. You didn't even say, yo, Devin, should have did what I did with him. You didn't pull up with him in the club and do that. You pulled up with him to beef. But I'm sorry, Tank. When Turk Al-Sheikh said, I got 50 million, come to Saudi and fight Devin, you said, send me 2 Ferraris. He said, I'll send you 2 gloves. In other words, you ain't want no smoke. And I'm supposed to respect you? And after this guy's gotten caught cheating, you still clowning? Absolutely, I don't fuck with Tank. Absolutely. Did I say anything about boxing? Now, I said a lot about his behavior. And everybody that fucks with Tank and co-signs that behavior, y'all co-signing Ryan's behavior. That's why I don't deal with you. So y'all go ahead and get that feel good. She ain't gonna get it here. And I got more smoke tomorrow. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash Up, the Super Chat, man. Y'all know what to do. And August is right around the corner. I'll see y'all at the meetup, man. I think the journal was on, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.